Hi everyone, my name is Mark McGill and I'm here to talk about our Tokai paper, Expanding the Bounds of Seated Virtual Workspaces. So, this is my desk at work, back when we were still able to go outside and travel to our workplaces. And here I have multiple large displays in different orientations, as well as multiple devices and peripherals, all to enable me to theoretically multitask more efficiently. Now, this kind of multi-monitor space does have some problems, so it presents a physical barrier to the world, preventing me from interacting with my other colleagues in the office. The displays are not easily adjustable. I am sorely limited to how many physical displays I have, and they are ergonomically problematic, so e.g. they are difficult to position. However, the future has now finally caught up with us, and we can have VR and AR headsets that are sufficiently capable of rendering virtual displays that are both wide and legible for the first time. The benefits of virtual displays are that fundamentally we can manipulate the virtual display or apps in ways that are difficult or impossible to do with physical displays. The question then is, what manipulations are worthwhile? So for example, to enhance usability, ergonomics, or efficiency. Notably, wide virtual workspaces may lead to excessive head or neck movement, with content not easily or comfortably reachable. Now this can lead to an increase in musculoskeletal disorders. So our focus is on whether we can improve the ergonomics and usability of these wide virtual workspaces. Our approach was to explore different techniques for counter-rotating these displays around the user based on implicit inputs, so namely head orientation changes, with the end result being that they could access a wide display space in a narrower range of head motion. Across two studies, we explore how we can beneficially alter the mapping between head orientation and display position, and whether implicit control of display position is preferable to explicit user control and no control at all. We tested both 3 and 5 display horizontal workspaces and a variety of different mappings based on rotational gain. The mapping you can see here was the most successful we tested, counter-rotating displays as you cross the boundary between them, giving the appearance of displays sliding into view. Counter-rotations made viewing peripheral displays more comfortable, particularly compared to the absence of any assistance in viewing. And they were preferred by users, particularly for the instant transitions based on display boundaries and for the free displays over the 5 displays. In study 2, we wanted to test the validity of these improvements in a real functional workspace with greater ecological validity and explore the utility of implicit control versus explicit control over the display position. For study 2, we iterated upon the best assistance technique from study 1 and implemented a fully functional virtual workspace. With 3 virtual Windows desktops, as well as a positionally tracked keyboard, the Logitech Mixed Reality keyboard, and mouse enacted via a trackpad, allowing for equivalent interactivity to a standard non-VR workspace. Participants performed a holiday planning task, motivating full use of the 3 virtual displays across 3 conditions. Condition 1 was our control condition, so that was 3 displays fixed in the virtual displays, and users would manually look at these displays. Condition 2 gave users keyboard shortcuts for shifting the displays left or right in 60-degree increments, replicating something like virtual desktop management in Windows. And condition 3, the boundary switching, was an iteration on our best ranked technique from study 1, allowing for implicit control of display position based on gaze. So as the user's gaze reached the boundaries of each display, this would trigger a transition to the next nearest display, effectively shifting displays as they looked left or right. Again, I'll just briefly cover some highlights and results. Broadly, TLX performance was improved through having the boundary shifting implicit approach, and users preferred this kind of assistance as well. So, over 2 studies we demonstrated the utility of dynamically manipulating the display position based on head and neck movement. So wide display spaces were made more comfortable and more accessible to users, allowing their use within a comfortable ergonomic envelope of neck movement. Broadly, we argue that virtual displays give us an opportunity not just to present more content, but to present it in ways that also better take into account ergonomics and the ability and range of motion of an individual, and adapt to changes in our context, our posture, and even our position. That was our Tokai paper on expanding the bounds of seated virtual workspaces. It was in collaboration with Logitech as well. Thank you very much.